Correct. Now, you see, ladies and gentlemen, we start with why this is called Bloom's taxonomy. It was discovered by Benjamin Bloom and way back in 1950. छोटी सी इनकी description है. He was born in 1913 and 1999 में इनकी death हो गई. इन्होंने बहुत काम किया है education के बारे में. He has worked a lot in education, particularly for the purpose of making the education or learning part of the students easier. Just to make that part easier, he has worked a lot on this. And taxonomy, you might be knowing what is the taxonomy. Taxonomy is the science of classification. Like in biology, taxonomy होती है हमारी vertebrates, invertebrates. Chemistry में there is organic, inorganic. Similarly, there are a number of taxonomical classifications, and in education, in questioning, I will be doing 3 parts. Number 1 is how you will use Bloom's taxonomy in making question paper. I will give you examples also. Then how will you assess? And then finally the blueprint. To jitna aaj hoga, we will cover it today. Let us go for the first one. सबसे easy है अगर पेन और पेपर आप रखेंगे अपने साथ, it will be rather better for you to understand on the later stages. You see, Bloom's taxonomy provides an important tool to focus on high order thinking skills. And we are not talking about HOTS right from now. We are talking from the basic level. High order thinking means from the lowest level of knowledge. If I ask Arohi ji, if I ask Sharda Pawar ji, because Arohi ne video off kar rakha hai. Sharda ji, if I ask you what is your name, then you will have only one answer. Am I right? And there is no question of mugging it up, right or not? So there is no question of mugging it up. Why? Because everybody is calling you with Sharda. Sharda, idhar aao. Sharda, udhar jao. Come here, go there. Sharda, eat this. Sharda, do this. And every time. So it comes into your memory by the way of not mugging, but by the way of knowledge. Right. From knowledge, we got to higher level. Second level, third level, fourth, fifth, sixth level. There are 6 levels of learning. I will not go now, but in the subsequent slides, you will see that. Now, hierarchy of levels from lowest to highest. This gives teachers in designing performance task, which means whatsoever the task you are going to give to the teachers now, to the students now, you can assess them. You can first plan it, then design it, then execute it, and then crafting question. And the final thing is feedback on the students' work, what you have done. Generally, I have seen in the correction work, teachers put a right or a cross. But that is not the way. That is only the preliminary way of correction. If you say it is wrong, you must write over there what exactly is correct answer. So that way, that thing also you will learn in Bloom's taxonomy. इसको अब आप नोट कर सकते हैं. There are 6 levels. इसको याद करने के लिए सबसे बढ़िया नाम, बढ़िया फॉर्मूला है K का से. K for knowledge, C for comprehension, then 2 A's, application, analysis. Then same A, S, synthesis, and E for evaluation. The best part, I will put it in my next slide. Abhi next slide मैं नहीं बनाऊंगा, but you can write it, right? इसको बोलते हैं acronym. K का से. याद रहेगा आपको सारी जिंदगी. Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So if any person asks you what are the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy in questioning, you can fluently say K ka se, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. As simple as that. Now we will go one by one and listen very carefully. Don't try to note it down, because this will be distributed among you all people by director sir, ma'am, and you can just revise it for the purpose of refreshing your things. Now we go for the Bloom's level number 1. This exhibits the memory of previous learned material, recalling fundamental facts. The fact is, the Sharda's name is birth name, given by the parents. She was called by this name. That is why it is fundamental fact. Then similarly, bright, dark. Dark is, there is no word called dark, and there is nothing called darkness. This was explained by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam very nicely, that darkness is nothing but the absence of light. The absence of light we call darkness. Generally, we say when we combine all the colors in a spectrum, what color should develop? Physically, if we mix them, it will be black. You try on the color palette, mix up all the colors, they will be black. But if we have got the rotating wheel, science lab mein rotating wheel jaake dekhiega, there are number of colors on that wheel. If you move it very fast, there will be white color only on the screen. अब यहाँ पर हम आते हैं keywords इसमें क्या होते हैं? What are the keywords for this knowledge level? Who, अभी examples नीचे आएंगे, and then assessment. Who, what, why, when, where. ये गाना सुना है ना आपने राजेश खन्ना? ये क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, क्यों हुआ? The same thing is knowledge based. So the first level of questioning is, and these questions are generally asked for 1 mark. These are 1 mark questions. What is photosynthesis? What is osmosis? What is crop rotation? What is fertilizer? What is rain? Where is Canada? Who was Rabindranath Tagore? When did first revolution or first war of independence fought? ये देखिए सारे words you can utilize in these questions. Can you recall what happened to you yesterday? So this is 1 word answer, 1 sentence, maximum 1 sentence answer. Can you recall what happened yesterday? Yes. If I ask anybody of you, you will just simply say, there was CBSE training. Because this was the major event that happened yesterday, at least in your professional life. So you can recall it. Now, these are 1 mark questions and are all classified under the first level of Bloom's taxonomy, that is knowledge level. Now, iska assessment kaise karenge? You see, the assessment is match character with picture. A, C, F, L, Q. Right. On the right hand side, you have got figures. In the lower classes, I am talking about. So the child will do A line with apple. The light has gone out over here and I don't know when it will be coming, but this will continue. So A will be lined and matched with apple. List the main characteristics of one of the main characters in a wanted poster. There is a poster of a man wanted. What was the major thing in that? Or what was the main characteristic of that poster? See, this is 1 word. He will write simply photograph. Another one, may answer amount, price amount. So depending upon what you perceive from a picture, the answer will be correct. In these type of questions, and nowadays the questions for last 10 years, question answer technique has changed a lot. Earlier, when it was my time when I was principal, my teachers used to give such type of questions in the same knowledge-based questions that they expect the exact answer what they taught in the class. Who was Rabindranath Tagore? Now the thing is that ki Rabindranath Tagore, if I ask you, you in person, who are you? You will not be able to answer exactly what it is. मैंने निवेदिता जी के साथ पहले भी webinars करे हैं, and she knows कि there is no answer to this particular question, who are you? But if I ask you people, who is Rabindranath Tagore? Some may say, the one who wrote national anthem. Number one. Number two, the popular poet for the song Jodi Tor Dak Shune Ke Una Ashe. Number three, the founder of Shanti Niketan University. And all three are correct. So this level is very basic level, and the answers will not go as you teach, because the students are now going beyond the teaching, beyond the books, beyond the classroom they are learning. Right? So shall we continue further, or are there any questions? If there is any question, you just unmute yourself, because I can't see 70 pictures, 79 pictures on my screen. You just unmute yourself and speak it out. Giving you 10 seconds. Then I move further. So everybody got it. Next. Arohi ji ne video on nahi kar rakha, I can't see. At least first 4 should be there. Now the second level is comprehension. Comprehension made the child demonstrates understanding of the fact or ideas. Now, how do they organize, compare, translate, interpret in their own words? What you teach, they interpret their own words, not mugging, not by rote learning. They will understand the facts and ideas. And how do they do that? By all these things, giving descriptives. So they learn by this, these techniques: organizing, comparing, translating, interpreting, giving descriptors, or stating main idea, what exactly it is. How do you comprehend a forest, a park and a forest, a pond and a lake, a river and the ocean? So if the knowledge level is clear, then second level, higher order, then the second level will be comprehension. They comprehend the things, pond and lake. Pond is small, lake is bigger. Pond may have muddy water. In the lake, the mud will settle down. The pond may be utilized by the animals for drinking water, whereas both of them cannot be used for drinking purpose by human beings. So this is comprehension. How do you comprehend the things? Questions kaise aayenge? Summarize, show, classify. The keywords are compare, contrast. Contrast means difference or similarities. Demonstrate, explain in your own words. Just like after this, I will be keeping it. The chat box will be open. 26 chats are there, and you will be writing over there how you like this webinar today, this session of the webinar today. So you may write anything whatsoever in your own words. Now questions may be state or interpret in your own words. Just now I explained to you. What facts or ideas show that it was raining? What statements support this particular phrase? What can you say about What can you say about first war of independence? What can you say? How would you summarize the end result of Independence Day? Independence Day is celebrated on 15th of August. But when in 1947, what was the end result? Somebody will say there was a lot of bloodshed. Somebody will say there was a lot of migration of the people. Somebody will say there was division of India and creation of a new state called Pakistan. So this is the way you comprehend, and this is the way you summarize. This is the way you express your ideas. The idea is over there. Number of ideas are there, but you comprehend what you perceive. Is that clear to everybody up to this level? Then I will go for the assessment. How do you go for the assessment of comprehensive part? Got everybody? Yes or no? अभी मेरे को सिर्फ शारदा जी दिखाई दे रही हैं अपनी स्क्रीन पे. And that is why I am asking कि somebody who is, अच्छा, a number of yes, वाडवेकर साहब ने को भी समझ में आ गया. That is great. अनुराधा जी तो लिखने में व्यस्त हैं. Madam, you will get everything. If you got the concept, then only you let me know कि yes, it is clear or not. अगर नहीं है clear तो मैंने बताया है, मैं screen पे नहीं देख पाऊंगा. You can put your cross and let me know. Otherwise, चलें आगे. Unmute भी करके बोल सकते हैं. I am just looking at the chats, but it will be difficult for me to go from here back to chats and then coming back. Next, assessment of comprehension. Interpret pictures of scenes from the story or the art print. Let us say, for example, first, मैं Gulliver's Table की बात कर रहा हूँ. The first part, knowledge level was, who was Gulliver? Where did he travel? How did he travel? What means of transport was there? Some simple word. Now the second part is, Gulliver traveled from which place to which place? So now you have to comprehend. Gulliver started his journey from America and कहाँ गया वो सब लिख देंगे. Let us say the third part, draw a picture or write a sentence showing what happened before or after a passage. You will be given a passage. Let us say 20 words, 30 words, 3 sentences, 5 sentences. You read it and then comprehend कि इससे पहले क्या हुआ or what might have happened after this. Let us say, for example, it was raining very heavily when Ankita started his scooty to school. अब यहाँ पे हमने छोड़ दिया. अब आप comprehend करिए कि what could have happened after that. Somebody will say, because I saw ma'am in the school, so she wore a raincoat and came to school. As you see, you perceive and you express. Let us say, for example, you listen, hear a story, and then you listen to a passage and then draw a picture on that. So that way you comprehend, and this is the way you assess. Next is third is application. अभी देखिए दो पार्ट्स आपने कर लिए हैं. First is knowledge, second is comprehension. Now K का से application. Now 2 levels of taxonomy. The lowest level is knowledge, the second level is comprehension. Now the third level is application of those 2 things. They solve a problem in the new situations. By applying the acquired knowledge they gain from the first 2 levels, that is knowledge, facts, techniques, rules, procedures, or different ways they will design on their own. They will design what is to be done, what can be done to solve this particular problem related to the present ideas. But the problem solving technique was given to you in the previous one. The first two levels will give you insight into two things, knowledge and comprehension. This part is application, you apply that. What other ways would you plan to travel to Delhi? Gulliver's travel के बारे में बात कर लीजिए. If you would be Gulliver in the present times, what other means of transport would you apply, or would you select, or would you choose to travel to conduct the same journey? Now, in present times, if Gulliver was there, how could he have traveled? By air, by train? Train में जाएगा तो third AC, second AC, first AC. By air, if he goes, then executive class or business class. Then it depends. So how you apply that particular knowledge, solving that problem. The problem is how Gulliver could have traveled in present days. That travel was by sea, by a boat. In present days, he could have traveled by transport, different transport, modes of transport, means of transport, not modes. Both are different. Now, these are the words, these are the questions. What other ways would you plan to, or what approach would you use to? If the tire of your scooty is inflated, puncture, then what approach would you use to reach your school? Now, first two things, knowledge. Over there, you know the means of transport, the modes of transport. That application comprehend kiya aapne. Yes. And now you apply that knowledge. There are various means of transport and modes of transport, by road, by air, by water channels, and so on. Now, if I choose by road, so by road, I could have walked, I could have gone on bike, I could have gone on private vehicle, say car, I could have gone with a public vehicle, say bus. So that is application now. So if you people got this third part, it will be easier for you to understand. Let me know whether you understood this or not. Just give me thumbs up or cross. Just give me thumbs up if you got this idea of application. Preeti Rane ji ne samajh liya hai, that is good. Anjum ji, yes, raised hand. Bataiye kya baat hai? Just unmute yourself and let me know if you have got any problem. Because I can't see 70 faces on my screen. You have raised the hand. So let me know what exactly you want. यहाँ पर नहीं दिखाई देगा मेरे को, स्क्रीन पे नहीं. 70 photographs will not be available on screen. So whosoever raised hand, please unmute yourself and speak it out what you want to say. बोल दीजिए बेधड़क. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है 60 साल की उम्र में मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आता है. मैं पूछता हूं तो लोग हंसते हैं. But hardly makes a difference to me. क्योंकि मुझे समझ में नहीं आया तो मुझे तो पूछना है, क्योंकि समझने की चेष्टा कर रहा हूँ. I am trying to understand, so I will ask. बोलिए. अगर नहीं बोलना है तो then raising hands will not give you any what you call any advantage.
Teachers, please respond.
They are not. They are feeling shy to respond.
These are bold teachers. They should not feel shy. Come on, teachers.
I don't know why they are not. Somebody raised hand, but I can't see 70 faces over here. So you unmute
Just
yourself.
unmute
and
yourself.
Speak it out.
Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, they can. देखिए, otherwise If there is doubt in your heart or your mind,
Good afternoon, sir. We can
yes,
Good
Jyoti ji.
afternoon, sir.
Yes,
Jyoti
we
ji,
can.
sir.
Yes, yes,
Actually, I
we
was
can.
not able to unmute myself. Sir, will you please explain the difference between mean and mode once again?
Means of transport and mode of transport. Mode of transport are the ways how do we go, by road, by waterways, by air, like that, right? And means of transport, as you say in the lower classes, truck, bus, car, scooty, bike, airplane, train, these are means of transport. Yeah, Wadwekar ji.
Yes, sir. Perfectly understood. Thank you, sir.
Wadwekar ji, yes. Wadwekar ji has raised hand but not speaking anything. What do I understand? बोलिए मैडम, वीडियो ऑन
Hello,
करिए और बोलिए.
good afternoon, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, audible now. Tell.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so my question is, where can I put my question is, where can I put the balancing a chemical equation?
Balancing of
In
chemical
level 1
equation,
or
the same thing. First, knowledge. What is balance? What is balance? I'm not talking about the physical balance which is present in the grocery shop or the digital balance which is available in the grocery shop or malls. Balance means equalizing the weight.
Sir, just a second. It's a balancing a chemical equation.
Wait, no, अभी तो मैं आया ही नहीं हुआ था, अभी तो मैं knowledge से शुरू किया है ना. इसी I am answering you this particular question right from the lowest level, knowledge. What do you understand by balancing? Balancing means putting two things at par. Whether it is number 9 1 team, 10 1 team. Are they balanced? No. How do you balance them? Putting one more in the group which has got 9. Now both have got 10. It is balanced. Now if it is weight 100 grams and 90 grams. Fine. So that is balance. So the balance knowledge level pay, it is clear to you now. Now second thing is comprehension. What do you understand by balancing? Now the person will say, Sonia ji, you please, I will mute her. Don't unnecessarily mute yourself, otherwise it will be disturbed. Now comprehension. If I ask you, what do you understand by Wadwekar ji? What do you understand by balancing? You will give me a definition in your words. Balancing means putting two things equal. Simple thing is comprehension. Now third is application, that is balancing of equation. Putting atoms on both the sides of the equation same. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes. Yes, sir.
इसको
Thank you
देखिए,
so much.
मैं मेरे पास आपके examples I have not done earlier, but I am a master in these things. That is why I could get your answer, comprehend, and then apply for putting my answer to you. Got my things? Now it is clear up to this particular point. Application.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is great of you.
Thank you so much.
चलिए. Now the next thing is application ka. We go for the next one, application. The next thing is assessment of application. I give you number of organisms. अब इसमें आ जाएगा assessment में balance the given equation. अब देखिए, मैं अभी आपको इसके बाद जो स्लाइड आएगी सिर्फ वहीं तक चलेंगे, बाद मतलब 4-5 स्लाइड्स और करेंगे. I have to put it off by 3 o'clock. ये 6 levels of taxonomy we will do. Balancing of equation अगर आती है, so you give just simple question, balance the given equation. You give an equation and balancing. That means application of the knowledge, the comprehension, understanding the question, comprehending in the mind also as to what can be the answer. What should be the answer? We cannot change. देखिए एप्लीकेशन में comprehension का मतलब क्या है कि they comprehend that they cannot change the numbers written as the subscript. H2O2 में 2 cannot be changed. Clear to you? Now they apply, how do they balance? So think of a situation that occurred to a character in the story and write down how he or she would have handled the situation differently. This is what I told you, Gulliver. If Gulliver would have been present in the present time, would have been alive in the present time, how would could have moved from one place to another? This is application of the knowledge and then moving ahead. Is this clear? To make finger puppets and act out as a part of a story. You give them a story in the English language which you are teaching, put the finger puppets. Finger puppets you know how to make. Color half of your finger color as red, green, yellow, blue, 4 characters. 2 dots up, 1 dot down. Say if this is the tip of the face, if this is the tip of the face, 2 dots up for the eyes, 1 down for the mouth. That's all. Ram said to Sham, where are you going? I am going to market. So this way you can explain them. And when they see it visually, then certainly they will learn a number of things together. Next, we will go for the fourth level of application, that is analysis. You see, analysis, what exactly is analysis? Is breaking down. Chemistry में वाडवेकर साहब आप तो chemistry के लगते हैं मेरे को, you are a teacher of chemistry and that's why you know better than anybody else. Otherwise it is a general word. Analysis. When we analyze something, we break it down. We break it down into different parts. That is information by identification of motives or causes. What is the cause of forest fire? That is analysis. Or you can say evidence, finding evidence, or generalized statement. So basically in analysis, the reader, student, teacher, or writer, what part they do play is investigate. Analysis is that. So investigate, find out, classify, contrast, compare, divide, simplify. These are the keywords to be used in these type of questions. रुखसार जी समझ में आ रहा है ना आपको? Yes or no? Because you are holding your head like this, so I could see कि घबराहट तो नहीं हो रही है. You are not scared of this what you call training. This will give you a long benefit. I am telling you, in day-to-day life also you will get a lot of benefit. Now these are the words. What do you assume? What do you conclude? These are the keywords that are utilized for finding or applying Bloom's taxonomy for the fourth level of learning or questioning or assessment or analysis, that is breaking down the object, fact, and then getting out of it. Questions कैसे आते हैं? What are the parts of a flower? Flower बोला है क्योंकि इसमें समझ में नहीं आएगा flower बोलूंगा तो. What are the parts of an engine? What are the parts of an ecosystem? What is the theme of Drishyam 2? अब यह आ गया, ये समझ में, ये सब लोग बता देंगे. दृश्यम 2 जो अभी रिलीज हुई है लास्ट फ्राइडे को, somebody might have, most of you might have seen also. So if I ask you what is the theme of Drishyam 2? A police inspector killing a criminal. Simple. So that is analysis. What was behind the theme? Can you list the parts of spectrum. Simple thing. So you have to analyze, you have to break down. Hanji, Hanji, boliye. If anybody is there who want to ask something, Sangeeta ji, घबराहट तो नहीं हो रही है, आप तो ऐसे बैठे हुए हैं.
No sir, no sir.
नहीं,
I
मैंने
want to
कहा हाँ,
answer.
समझ में आ रहा है ना, सब कुछ समझ में आ रहा है.
Yes sir.
Great,
Yes, sir.
that is great. So these questions and keywords, if you are getting it, then we move further. Yes or no? चलिए, वडवाइकर साहब ने बोल दिया, संगीता जी ने बोल दिया, शारदा जी तो बोलती नहीं है आज, ये वाले क्वेश्चन में थम्स अप कर दिया. दैट्स गुड. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. अब इसका पार्ट आता है असेसमेंट में. व्हाट क्वेश्चंस एग्जैक्टली यू कैन.
हेलो सर.
यस यस मैम, बोलिए.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
नहीं हो गया गुड आफ्टरनून तो रोशनी जी.
In the second level there is also compare, and in the fourth level analysis there is also compare.
Though both the comparisons are different. Comprehension, compare in the comprehension part is means the child has to express his own ideas. How do they perceive?
Okay.
And compare in the analysis part is exactly what you look at. Getting my point?
Sir, please explain.
अभी तो बोला मैंने, वही तो बोला है. In the
Means with the
comprehension
example-
part, compare gives you an expression of what you perceive. आपको क्या लगा?
Okay.
Where I am sitting. I'm in my office, in my home, in a restaurant, in a cubicle, where? So you can look at the background. इधर में एक पौधा भी है, इधर में curtains भी हैं, तो हो सकता है restaurant हो. You perceive and you express it. There is nothing called correct, right or wrong. No question over there in comprehension part, level 2. Now over here, if I ask you the same thing, then what you will say? Then you will analyze.
Okay.
पीछे books भी हैं, देखिए. This is a drawing on the wall. This is a home curtain. And obviously, when I am teaching, I can't be in restaurant. I can't be in a cubicle. I can't be in a clubbed place, crowded place. So certainly I am at such a place where I can conduct the webinar. This is analysis, and then you express yourself. So
Okay.
compare these two situations. If I would have been, जैसे मैंने अभी बोला ना, if Gulliver would have traveled now, so compare. That comparison was different, and this compare is exact fact. Got the idea, Roshni ji?
Yes sir.
Chaliye, let us move ahead. If anybody
Thank
has got any doubt, you just unmute yourself like Roshni ji has done. Otherwise, you might miss on important part. और ये देखेगा कि जब आप इसको questioning में आज ले आएंगे question paper, when you make question paper and utilize these taxonomy, you will find that this will be very much helpful for you to analyze the situations in professional life, in community, in school, at home also. While talking to the person in front of you in your neighborhood, then also you will be able to analyze. The next part is, बताइए किसी को याद है, which is the 5th part of Bloom's taxonomy, level 5. देखना नहीं है शारदा जी, कॉपी में नहीं देखना. Synthesis. Kamal, very good. Kamal Bendle, very good. बहुत बढ़िया. एकदम से आना चाहिए. If it is going in the mind and through heart.
I
So-
think many of you are sitting together. That is why the echo is there.
That is why number is 79, 78, and the
Yes.
people are more than 100.
Yes.
मोबाइल से क्यों नहीं करते हैं ये लोग लॉगिन? Next is assessment of analysis. जैसे मैंने अभी एनालिसिस की थी, आपको बताया था कि इन क्लास 11 and 12 in our times there was an exercise in biology called dissection of living animals. They were given anesthesia. Frog का बहुत favorite था, but long back, nearly 15 years back, it has been banned. But if I ask you, what are the parts of a flower? You can cut it down with the blade, although it is living but not animal. कहते हैं कि उसमें जान नहीं होती, लेकिन जगदीश चंद्र बसु ने बोला था कि plants do have sensation. Various experiments to say that they are living. They respond to your reactions. But anyway, I'm not going into those details. Dissect a flower and then find out the different parts. What will you find? Simple question. This is not, आपको नहीं मारा था, मच्छर था यहाँ पे. Simple part is कि I'm just asking you, what will you see if you cut a plant's stem horizontally? What will you see? Anybody unmute and speak it out. Just one more after, two more after that. Synthesis.
Yes, sir, we can see the circular rings.
Rings. अब now second off कर दीजिए अंजलि रैना साहब, ज्योति जी. हाँ. Now the second part of this question, the second level. अभी ये comprehension, you have done it, right? Now application, you do it yourself. Analysis, you find it out. Now synthesis. Next is synthesis. In synthesis, build, choose, combine. These are the compilation of information what you got in the first 4 levels. What information did you get? And out of that information, you break down a system, analyze every part, what is the function of every part, and then, जैसे हम cauliflower, gobi, we were taught by our teachers that cauliflower is called cauliflower, but not a flower. ज्योति जी, आप तो साइंस की लगती हैं. Am I right or not? Say yes
So
or no.
I'm a mathematics teacher.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
वर्वेड़े जी थी, अब मेरे को नाम ध्यान नहीं आएगा पूरा, so don't mind if I pronounce it wrong. Synthesis, breaking down the things, getting the concept actually which thing is required, and then putting them together to create. So creation is synthesis. So different way of combining elements, not those chemistry elements, or elements in this is the parts or different patterns into new things. Putting them together into new things, or alternatively new solution to the problem. That is the way you synthesize. If we mix hydrogen and oxygen together, will we get water? Certainly not, because we have in analysis, we have to see first part is whether it is possible or not. What are the repercussions? What will be the result? Separation is analysis, but putting together is little bit tough. That has got, putting them together is rather having conditions. You open up a wall clock. You open up the wall clock for analysis. See everything over there. There are a number of wheels. There are 2 hands. One is short, one is long. The short hand gives you idea of hours. The short hand gives you idea of minutes, and so on and so forth. If you put them together in the same order, will you get a wall clock working condition mein? Whether it will work or not, that will be the main question. So suppose or discuss, modify or change. So these are the keywords. And now what type of questions you will do? Yes, Sharda ji, boliye. Unmute yourself and speak it out.
लैंग्वेज में किस तरीके से इस्तेमाल हो सकता है?
क्या चीज इस्तेमाल करनी है?
सिंथेसिस।
सेंटेंसेस ऐसे ही तो बोलने हैं।
नहीं नहीं, लैंग्वेज में हिंदी
हाँ हाँ,
मराठी।
हिंदी में इंग्लिश में ही कह रहा हूँ। आपको मैं बोलता हूँ ना व्याख्या कीजिए, तो व्याख्या क्या करनी होती है? दैट इज कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, दैट इज कॉम्प्रिहेंशन। लेकिन यहाँ पर हम सिंथेसिस कर रहे हैं, तो सिंथेसिस पार्ट में व्हाट विल बी गोइंग ओवर देयर? ये जो गानों के ऊपर पैरोडी बनती है, दैट इज सिंथेसिस। गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
यस सर।
आजकल तो जो जगराता होता है उसमें वो जागरण करने वाले लोग जो आते हैं, वो पिक्चरों के गानों के लिरिक्स नहीं होते हैं, ट्यून वही होती है, उसके ऊपर बेस करके भजन गा लेते हैं। सो दैट इज सिंथेसिस। गॉट द पॉइंट? आगे आ गया समझ में कि नहीं?
जी हाँ सर।
अब कहिए, रहीमन धागा प्रेम का मत तोड़ो चटकाए, टूटे से फिर ना जुड़े, जुड़े गांठ पड़ जाए। आपने हर चीज की एनालिसिस करी। अब मैं आपको सिंथेसिस करने के लिए क्वेश्चन देता हूं, व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? आपको इस दोहे से क्या समझ में आया? जस्ट एक्सप्लेन। बोलना कुछ नहीं है, मैं सिर्फ आपको एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूं। अब इसी से मिलता जुलता कोई और दोहा, कोई और कोटेशन? सिंपल।
सर रहीमन, सर मैं बोलूं क्या?
बोलिए बोलिए।
सर रहीमन पानी राखिए बिन पानी सब सोन, पानी गए न उबरे मोती मानस चून।
ये पानी वाला क्या है?
नहीं सर, आपने बोला ना एक दोहा बोलने के लिए, वो बोला है मैंने बस।
नहीं, मेरे को ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि बोल कौन रहा है।
मैं बोल रही हूँ सर, मेरा फोन एक्चुअली चार्जिंग
नहीं,
खत्म हो
मैं
गया।
का तो मेरे को नाम नहीं पता ना, ये मैं कौन है?
संगीता बोल रही
गीता
हूँ।
पाटिल।
अच्छा हाँ, तो नाम बोलिए ना, तभी पता चलेगा। दिस इज वेरी गुड।
संगीता पाटिल बोल रही हूँ सर।
तो ये पानी से रिलेट करके इन्होंने एग्जैक्टली वैसा का वैसे ही दूसरा दोहा सुना दिया। कोटेशन में भी आ सकता है। एंड आई टेल यू वन थिंग कि इफ यू, अगर साइंस वाले मैथ्स वाले यहाँ पर लोग बैठे हुए हैं, दे कैन यूटिलाइज इस दोहे को, यूज कर सकते हैं अपनी डे टू डे क्लासरूम टीचिंग में। अभी मेरा एक सेशन खत्म हुआ है, टीचिंग लर्निंग स्टाइल्स एंड टीचिंग स्ट्रेटजीज। वहां पर इसको, इसी दोहे को यूटिलाइज करके यू कैन टीच मैथमेटिक्स ऑल्सो, you can teach science also, and that is why it is called integrated style of teaching, strategy of teaching। वो differentiated teaching क्या होती है? यही होती है। Now what are the parts or the features of solar system? तो पहले आपने एनालिसिस कर ली थी हर प्लैनेट का अलग अलग। अब आपने सिंथेसाइज किया, तो हम शुरू नहीं करते हैं, हम करते हैं मार्स से। जनरली नॉर्मल ट्रेडिशन में हम करते हैं मार्स, वीनस, अर्थ, and the person who is synthesizes for the purpose of remembering the name of questions, he has done something very very uncommon। उसने प्लूटो से शुरू किया। प्लूटो, यूरेनस, नेपट्यून, backwards, because he can remember that way। So that is synthesis। What conclusion do you draw from the above story? That may also be the question। So these are the synthesis ones। And the last one, assessment, मैंने अभी बता दिया। Create a story from just the title। एक मैं आपको देता हूं टाइटल, अभी गुलिवर्स ट्रेवल का हमारा कॉन्टेक्स्ट में चल रहा है। I give you, शारदा जी अभी कुछ और बोलेंगे, बोलिए।
नहीं सर।
तो I give you one thing, एक टाइटल मैंने आपको दिया है। हिंदी आप पढ़ाते हैं, तो अभी आई विल बी गिव यू एन एग्जांपल फ्रॉम हिंदी चैप्टर्स ओनली। यूनिटी इज स्ट्रेंथ। I have given you just only one topic, and ask the students to write a short story, 50 words to 50 to 100 words. Isme you write a story as to what do you understand by this particular topic. Unity is strength. एक story बनाइए, इसको explain करिए. So you synthesize, the child will synthesize something new. अब वो चिड़ियों वाली कहानी नहीं बताएगा. वो is putting sticks together. He will not say that also. He will put something different. Now, use your imagination to draw a picture of your drawing room. Now, what the image the child has got in his mind? The image of drawing room in the morning time, somebody running to washroom, somebody going to brush his teeth, somebody is drying up her hair, mommy is cooking in the breakfast, elder sister is putting up all the prepared dishes on the dining table. Put everything in that picture. If you have seen, the child has seen the drawing room scene in the evening time when the father has come back. Father is sitting on a sofa, mommy is watching the television, sister is busy with her mobile. And what are you doing? आपने उनसे पूछा उस बच्चे से, what are you doing? कि मैडम, I am doing my homework. So that is synthesis. Same characters were there, but their actions were different. Now I go the next one. Last one is, इसका evaluation मैंने बता दिया था आपको, evaluation का synthesis. Oh sorry, evaluation का अभी मैं छोड़ रहा हूं. I am not going to evaluate this one because this has got assessment. The Bloom's में evaluation क्या होता है? They present and defend the opinion or made by other people. For example, what is your opinion? Evaluate, judge, justify, measure, compare. Compare देखिए, अभी किसी ने पूछा था मेरे से, compare ये देखिए, it is existing for the third time now. Compare. Compare means again with the original one, you compare and then evaluate, then give your opinion. It is written over their opinion. Interpret the things and then put it in your own words. Explain. So what would you recommend? How would you rate? Do you agree with the action? Do you disagree with the action, or do you agree with the outcome? And basically this particular skill of evaluation is developed by what we call, we have in the public school systems, we have got inter-house debates. Agree or disagree? And both of them put their points with the strength. Conclusion इसका कुछ नहीं होता. There is no conclusion. टीवी में आप न्यूज़ देखेंगे आजकल क्या, मैंने तो बहुत सालों से छोड़ दी है. अभी भी देखेंगे तो वो शाम को कोई भी एक एंकर आएगी, एक टॉपिक दे देगी, उसमें ये पार्टी भी होगी, वो पार्टी भी हो गई, दो में तू मैं हो गई. कंक्लूजन कुछ नहीं निकला, बट दे आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू डिसप्रूव अदर पर्सन कि जो सामने वाला वो बोल रहा है that is wrong and what I am saying is right. And on the basis of this, they are trying to create the opinion in the minds of the public, which is good, which is bad. There is nothing good, nothing bad. The only circumstances make them so. जैसा माहौल होता है उसी हिसाब से वो सही और गलत हो जाता है, अच्छा और बुरा हो जाता है. Getting my point or not? So this is evaluation. How do you perceive and give them your opinion? Next is, इसमें आप देखिए last one.
Mind distract होता है.
सर नतीजे पे कैसे जाए फिर लास्ट में, क्योंकि हमारा माइंड भी थोड़ा डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाता है, क्योंकि कुछ बातें
आपका जो देखिए, आपका जो डिसीजन, जो आपका ओपिनियन है, that remains yours. I may agree with that, I may not agree with that. ये evaluation level basically is compromised when we go for the higher level of thinking. हॉट्स क्वेश्चंस आते हैं आपके इंग्लिश में भी, हिंदी में भी, लैंग्वेजेस, मैथ, साइंस, सोशल साइंस, सब में होते हैं हॉट्स के क्वेश्चंस. वी विल गो विद दैट. चिंता मत करिए, ब्लूप्रिंटिंग में हम जाएंगे. वी विल गो फॉर दैट आल्सो. नेक्स्ट वन इज, अभी देखिए जो ब्लूम्स की हमने टैक्सोनॉमी पढ़ी है, इसमें लास्ट वन था, डिसाइड विच कैरेक्टर इन द सिलेक्शन ही और शी वुड मोस्ट लाइक टू स्पेंड अ डे विद एंड व्हाई. एक भी आपने कोई स्टोरी बता दी. इफ यू वर देयर इन अ कैरेक्टर इन दैट स्टोरी, उसमें आप एक कैरेक्टर होते, तो आप अपना दिन कैसे बिताते? इफ यू वुड हैव बीन अ पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर, व्हाट यू वुड हैव डन इन दृश्यम पार्ट 2, क्या करते हो उसमें? सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. अब आप इवेल्युएट उसको नहीं करेंगे. यू आर पुटिंग योरसेल्फ, you are evaluating the situation and putting yourself in that situation and write it out. Scripting. मैं क्या करता, तो जो पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर करता है वही करेगा ना. अगर आपने नहीं भी देखी होगी तब भी आप यही बोलेंगे कि जो पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर के काम है. That is putting them together, that is that is synthesis, and then evaluate whether this is up to mark or not. राइट. चलिए आगे. जैसे हम बोल देते हैं कि ये पिक्चरों में जो दिखाते हैं ये सब नाटक होता है, नौटंकी होती है. इट इज नॉट always. Sometimes it may be a fact, and most of the times nowadays, for last 5, 6 years, 7 years, the directors are choosing the real life themes and then putting them across as a picture. हम जानते हैं ना, मानते हैं. रईस देखी थी आप लोगों ने? रईस आई थी. शाहरुख खान was a terrorist and the police people take him to a remote area and then shoot him. That is called encounter. होता है ना एनकाउंटर, रोशनी जी? वही आपने कॉम्प्रिहेंड करना है कि व्हाट माइट बी द रोल ऑफ अ पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर, क्या हो सकता है असेसमेंट में. अभी देखिए जो ब्लूम्स ने पढ़ा है उनका ही एक चेला था. चेला इन द सेंस, आई विल जस्ट हैव अ कप ऑफ a sip of water and then within 5 minutes I will off. अब देखिए एंडरसन, लॉरेन एंडरसन was a student of बेंजामिन. बेंजामिन ने ये थ्योरी दी थी 1950. 49 years, all students, research scholars across the globe, they used to follow this particular thing. लेकिन जब बेंजामिन ब्लू के एक स्टूडेंट ने इसको दोबारा से इवेल्युएट किया, तिबारा से इवेल्युएट किया, कई बार इवेल्युएट किया, तो उन्होंने लास्ट के 2 जो देखे उनकी सीक्वेंसिंग जो है वो समझ में नहीं आई कि अगर हम पहले सिंथेसाइज कर लेंगे तो फिर इवेल्युएशन किसका करना है. ये आप लोगों में से किसी ने पूछा था अभी क्वेश्चन? नहीं पूछा था, तो अब मैं पूछता हूं कि विदाउट सिंथेसिस what you will evaluate, पहले synthesize करेंगे फिर evaluate करेंगे या पहले evaluate करेंगे फिर synthesis करेंगे? So what Anderson did. हाँ जी बोलिए शारदा जी बोलिए.
हाँ सर, एक्चुअली सब कुछ यदि हमें लगता है कि किसी आंसर में कुछ गलत है या
जी.
आंसर इज नॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू माय पॉइंट ऑफ
देखिए कहीं पीछे से डिस्टरबेंस आ रही है, मेरे को नहीं पता कहाँ से आ रही है. एटलीस्ट नॉट फ्रॉम योर माइक. यस
sir, actually evaluation should be done first and then whatever the corrections are should be made.
ये तो बता दिया ना मैंने अभी.
Synthesized.
हाँ तो यही तो इन्होंने बोला ना, जो बेंजामिन के स्टूडेंट थे, ये मैंने बताया ना आपको. ये एंडरसन ने इनकी थ्योरी को रिविजिट किया, इनकी थ्योरी को रिविजिट किया, एंड देन ही फाउंड आउट देयर इज अ बिग ब्लंडर कि फर्स्ट वी इवैल्यूएट एंड देन सिंथेसाइज. तो उन्होंने इसका वो चेंज कर दिया, ऑर्डर चेंज किया है, नथिंग एल्स. बहुत रिसर्च करने के बाद एंड ही केम टू दिस पर्टिकुलर चार्ट कि नीचे से अगर हम चलते हैं तो कॉम्प्रिहेंशन की जगह हम जब कॉम्प्रिहेंड करते हैं, सो विच मीन्स कि वी आर पुटिंग आवर थॉट्स अक्रॉस. जो हमने सोचा है, दिमाग में आई है वो नॉलेज से, उसको हम वर्ड्स में लिख रहे हैं. तो instead of writing the word comprehension, he utilized the word understanding. Knowledge, if you have got the knowledge, but do you understand or not? And the 5th and 6th levels were changed. First, analysis के बाद first we evaluate. अब यहाँ पर evaluation ठीक है, evaluation of the components which we have found out after the analysis. Breakdown करने के बाद जो components हमने देखे हैं उनकी analysis. क्वेश्चन की एनालिसिस, क्वेश्चन को ब्रेक डाउन किया, क्वेश्चन का लेवल देखा, उसको इवैल्यूएट किया पहले, एंड देन क्रिएट वेदर लोएस्ट लेवल कैन बी और हाईएस्ट लेवल. मैं कल इसमें आगे चलूंगा, तब उससे पहले आपसे इससे ही रिलेटेड कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछूंगा. सो वी विल एंड टुडेज सेमिनार हियर इटसेल्फ, एंड टुमारो अगेन वी कम बैक एट द सेम टाइम. देयर विल बी इंस्ट्रक्शंस to you all people from director ma'am. Right, if anybody has question now, you can unmute yourself, and for next 2 minutes I am with you, keeping myself silent. बहुत बक कर ली मैंने, बहुत बोला. कुछ लोग ऐसे बैठे हुए थे, कुछ लोग ऐसे बैठे हुए थे. शारदा जी आपको नहीं बोल रहा, आप तो अब बैठे हो. बोलते के साथ ही शारदा जी अनम्यूट कर लेती हैं, है ना. नाजनीन जी आप तो लेबोरेटरी में बैठी हैं लगता है मेरे को, स्टाफ रूम तो नहीं लग रहा मेरे को. आर यू सिटिंग इन अ लेबोरेटरी?
Yes, maybe.
Maybe means what? You know the things, whether you
Good
are or
afternoon,
whether
sir.
you not.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Shivani
Sir,
ji.
here everyone has put the videos, on. So
Yeah, good.
the
I
voices
will
are
stop
going
this screen.
echoing.
I will
So we are
stop
not
this
able to
screen.
hear you clearly, sir.
Me? How can it be? Now I can see everybody. Now if you speak, I will be recognizing who is speaking. Can you hear me or not?
Yes, yes.
We can see you, sir.
You
We
can
can see
hear.
you.
मैंने पूछा can you hear me? ये कौन से लेवल का क्वेश्चन हुआ है? चलिए एनीबडी आपका टेस्ट अभी
Yes,
शुरू
yes,
कर
sir.
देते हैं. टुमारो वी
Yes,
विल
sir.
नो. अच्छा ओके ओके फाइन फाइन वेट एंड नाउ हियर लिसन टू मी वेरी केयरफुली. what type of question is this? Question is, can you hear me? What level of question is this?
Come on, teachers.
Can I say, sir?
Is this evaluation, sir?
नहीं,
First
is this
level, I
आप
think.
मेरे से क्वेश्चन मत पूछो, आप सिर्फ आंसर दो.
Is this is evaluation?
All right Anuradha ji, I am noting it
First
down.
level.
This is level 1.
Knowledge.
Level
Okay.
1. 1 mark type question.
शारदा जी के साथ बैठे हुए हैं, ये बोल रहे हैं. That's great. चलिए
रोशनी,
और
रोशनी.
बोलिए. I am telling you there is no right, no wrong at now today at this time. I am not telling you this is right or not. You just express yourself ki what you understand with this question. Can you hear me?
So this question is a bit of comprehension because answer for everyone will be different. As I am able to hear you, so my answer will be yes. And maybe Roshni or Kamal may not hear you, then answer will be no.
ज्योति जी इसमें comprehension नहीं है, इसमें the first level is knowledge,
Knowledge.
where there is a fact. Number 2 is comprehension or understanding, whether you understand my question or not. Third is application, yes or no में answer देना है इसका. You got this particular point. I will give you a little bit tough example of one simple question put in 3 marks of different levels. Now, analysis. What are you, sir? What is asking? Can you hear me? Oh, which means he is speaking. So this is analysis. If he is speaking, then I am hearing. Now, if I can get the voice in my headphone, yes or no? Simple thing. So you have evaluated whether I am able to get it or not. If you are not able to listen to me or hear me, you will say no. If you are hearing me and able to listen, hear me, my sound, my voice is coming to you, you will say yes. इसमें synthesis कुछ नहीं होगा. The last part, that is synthesis. After evaluation, there is no evaluation. Nivedita ji, आपके teachers जो हैं, they are a little bit bold. Bold in the sense that they are going ahead of saying, yes, it is evaluation. Yes, it is knowledge. It is comprehension, understanding. Tomorrow I will ask you, everybody, सब लोग अब देखिए, डायरेक्टर भी बैठी हैं, प्रिंसिपल मैडम भी बैठी हैं, जो जया जी भी बैठी हैं, your coordinators are also there. Forget about their designations. Forget about me as a trainer. Forget about Nivedita ji as a director. We all are teachers over here. I ask you, everybody, to give me मेरा number, मैडम सबके पास होगा कि नहीं होगा, I don't know.
I'll share it.
You share it, and or rather don't share it. I will ask you people only to give me one particular question of any level. This is synthesis level. So one simple question. This is synthesis, and this. First 10 minutes we will spend on that, and then we will go for the second part, that is Bloom's taxonomy ka utilization of Bloom's utilization in blueprint. That is not very long, but it needs a lot of understanding. समझ में आ जाएगा तो मैडम उसके बाद फिर इनका टेस्ट करेंगे. भले ही 3 दिन चलेगा ये, कोई वेबिनार, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. I don't have any problem between this time till 3:30.
Okay,
Right,
that
ma'am?
is great.
So
Absolutely.
I have much respect for Nivedita ma'am, Jaya ji, and all coordinators and all teachers to be present over here. But my request, firm request, is that please keep your videos on when you are in the video, you are in the webinar, so that I can see whether the face is still smiling or watching. Watching means looking at the watch is watching.
नो सर, हम नहीं देख रहे, हम यहाँ ही बैठे हैं।
क्यों मैं नहीं दिख रहा आप लोगों को? नहीं, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ,
हम घड़ी नहीं ध्यान से।
नहीं, देखिए, वॉचिंग का भी 2 सेंटेंसेस, जो छोटा बच्चा नॉलेज लेवल पे होगा ना, उसको बोलेंगे वॉच. तो वॉच को वर्ब में अगर कन्वर्ट करने के लिए बोले गए तो लुकिंग एट द वॉच इज वॉचिंग. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I don't think so there was any gentleman because Nitin was not here. I tried to locate him, but he is not visible anyway. Anyway, just one exercise for tomorrow. Put up one question, and first you just speak out, I am this, and this is my question, and this type is. It is knowledge, it is comprehension, it is understanding, it is synthesis, it is evaluation, anything from any level, for any class, for any subject. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening now. I will end it up, ma'am, here.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
We'll
ma'am.
meet
Thank you.
tomorrow, same time.
Oh yes, 2:15.
थैंक यू सर।
You have
you,
to end
sir.
it from your side, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I'll
Thank you
end,
very much.
I'll end the meeting.
You have to end it, ma'am, from your side.
Yeah, I'll do